Hello everyone, this is CATHY BLUE and this is my first ever series of pajama and poetry. Well, first of all, you're welcome and I'm glad that you made it alive out of this week. It was crazy, right? And I haven't decided how to proceed with that, but I'm just going to do random poetry reading because why not? And the first book I chose is Bury Me in the Graveyard of Your Soul. It's as dark as you think it is. Probably a little bit more darker, but and this is the page I opened up, so let's go. And which one should we read? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. Okay, let's read Waste Away. I will waste away this potential of mine to ruin your life for everyone, myself included. So I get silent and distant, bury my pain into words. Let her hold your human body. Your bleeding soul cries for mine. Well, this poem, I remember the day I wrote it, and let me read this closure to you. Let her hold your human body. Like, dude, I know what you are doing, okay? And then the boom shot. Your bleeding soul cries for mine. So, whatever you think you will be getting with her, I'm telling you, that's not gonna work. So, you are wasting your chance. Do you know what is my favorite poem in this book? It is The Jokester. Like, wow. It goes like this. Every You say you love me. Every time I believe in you, the joke is on you. It's the micro poem, but man. And okay, that's the page I have opened up. Hello, I'm doing well. I hope everybody is doing okay too. And I'm going to read this now. Addicted to. I'm a recovering addict. Sober day by day. Fighting the same demon every single day. How easy it is to give in. Find my sweet release. Relief calls my name. Yet, against it, I fight and bleed. Done things I'm not proud of. Ashamed of what I was reduced to. I gotta stay strong this time. I am barely holding on. I stare back to the stranger in the mirror. We talk and talk, trying to know each other. I had been disconnected from myself. I fight to find my way back home every night. I'm a recovering addict, sober, day by day. I have to fight, raise back from my ashes, weird rightful crown of a king. I can't say it because they will hear. I can't write cause they will never read. I'm addicted to the misery I have to live in. I have written this poem about a close person to me that was addicted to something, let's say, and leave it at that. But I think it rings true, like when you think about it, in one way or another, we all have our addictions, and sometimes we have to fight the urge to break our patterns, right? Because that's the only way we will be able to grow up. And something about this book, I love this book. Did you see this? Did you see the reviews in Amazon? I think If there was a voting, like, what's the most brutal raw poem you have ever read, I think this book would won the Oscar. I'm definitely telling it because, like, every review, it's like, this is so raw, this is so brutal. The poet doesn't hold back, and like, yeah, that's the whole poem. That's the whole point of writing. If you sugarcoat everything or like edit everything into perfection, like soften the blow, then I think the poetry loses its like the power. Yeah, it is sure aesthetic. I'm not saying anything about that, but it's not so strong. And anyway, I'm just going to check a random page because this poem, it can make all of us cry, and I really don't want to cry right now. And this is what we will be reading. It's Glitter Dust, and um, the title is actually um, a reference to my makeup. I will come a little bit close so you can see the glitters. Life is a glitter dust stuck in my eyes. I watch everything through a blur. It hurts my eyes. Tears flow. Tears. Tears of someone else's life. The night is creeping in. My soul is unleashed. I watch it all flow through me. Veil of your tears. From far away, you wipe my tears. Careful, love. Life is stuck in my lashes. I can't blink. I'm too scared to blink. It will all go away. It will all go away. Please, 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 do not go away. When I was writing this poem, I actually had a glitter stuck in my lash, and I was like unable to pick it up, and like, I'm crying because it hurts my eyes. And then I'm like, wow, like this would make a very dope poem. But then I was like, what if, like, when we are blinking, we are missing the life? And so that's how this poem came alive. And da 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 da. Did we read this one? I don't think so. Ah. Funnily enough, I had came across this poem a few days ago, and I was like, I should read it, but it's a very long read. And this poem is Cinderella, and I remember that I have written this poem for a prompt. Let me think for a minute. Okay, let me think for a minute. I remember now. The prompt was like, I think, if my memory serves me well, but people who know me knows that my memory is basically, the prompt was walk a mile in my shoes. And so this was how the poem was born. Let me take a sip. It's going to be a long poem. You may want to get settled down for that. The poem title is Cinderella. Sweetie, take off your comfy sneakers. Here, wear these shards of glass slippers. Let them cut you in every step you take. How much pain will you be able to endure? Criticizing and belittling is always fun, no? Does it make you feel stronger, better? Does it feed your venomous ego? The snake is circling around your chest. Sweetie, are you able to breathe? Let's switch places now. Since you think my life was easy, you assume I was born with a golden spoon. I assure you, it wasn't even close. But again, you will never believe. We have to do it the hard way. Wear my glass slippers. Open me your minds. Let me trap you in. So, you have the first row seat to all the pain, anger, disappointments, traumas over traumas. No, sweetie. Hush, hush. We can't give a break. We just got started. Why trying to cover your eyes, sweetie? Don't you like what you see? What did you expect to see? This loneliness, this pain, this fury. Oh, sweetie, is it too much for you? But wait, that is not how it ends. We are not in half yet. Are you crying, sweetie? Are you crying your own tears? Or mine? Are you confused, sweetie? You sound a bit lost, trapped inside my mind. Stop your wordless crying. Up, on your feet now. You chose to abuse. Now, we are taking turns. Walk a mile in my bloody shoes. Every step you will take will cut deeper. You won't feel numb. Nope, not yet. We do not welcome tears here. Crocodile tears, these are worthless and fake. 'Cause you only cry when it's you who is hurting. Walk a mile in my shoes. Let it cut your soul apart. Let it break your skin. Let it teach you a hard lesson. Never try to bully. Never try to underestimate others. Walk a mile in my shoes. Bleed for me. Bleed for all of us. Your time has come. Ticking bomb. Boom. And um, this book, I have written it because I wanted, this was a turning point for me. I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to be a mental health poet because there are just so many things that are still like a taboo. And I want to do this. Then I was like, I should be writing about this. And this is why I have written this poem. It has got so many issues I'm tapping into. I think I didn't put any trigger warnings in this book because this book is itself, it's a trigger warning. And the poem I just read to you, Cinderella, it was written about bullying, and it shows the power of a victim if the tables are turned. Like, you thought you were strong when you were trying to bully me, right? And now let's see if you can still be strong. Let me check this out actually. And I think this is another reason why I like this book so much. And this is how it all starts, you guys. Now poems for $1. And the random page we will be picking up, I don't know. In my mind, I'm literally singing any, mini, money, more. Which one should I read? This one or or this one? Okay, let's go with blurring the lines. This thin line between love and hate. How we lose ourselves in this dance, blurring all the lines, love and hate, sanity and madness. I grab the hand you extend. We twirl, tip, sway. Let our bodies speak for themselves, blurring all the lines. Do not have the heart now to tell me what is right, what is wrong. And this poem was written for all the in-betweens of life. When you think something feels good, but then it turns out that's not the case and you're mistaken, right? What was the saying? To find a prince or a princess, you need to kiss some frogs. I think this reflects the nature of this poem. When it says, I don't know what's right or wrong. So maybe it is, you never know. And this is my last book. Because, go and figure, I had 4 more books at home, but I don't know, this week they all seem lost. So I'm going to read something from Embracing the Darkness Within. And let me check a page. Let's go random. I really like this one. This one. It is Cesar's smile before the attack. And you know the Cesar cat, right? The huge lunatic smile. It's cute actually. And so let's dig in. I never hid what I was. I had been burning bridges. I had been fighting. A bloodthirsty hellhound I am. My dark skin is covered in blood. It blends too well, almost invisible to see. Honest, you are really staring at me. My mouth is smeared with blood. I have chunks of flesh in between my teeth. The angry growl keeps vibrating inside my core, holding my stance, ready for any attack. I'm cold-blooded, merciless. I had been overriding fear with wrath and will to live. Sure, you can just stare at me, judging me for all the blood covering me from head to toe. I had always been a survivor. I had been doing what is necessary to survive. All the blood on my hands had always been self-defense. Your stupid judgments had never been my problem. I really like this ending. The way people judge you. Like, okay, let me get this straight. People will judge you for whatever you do, right? But this is where your power lays. You can choose to address their judgments, like how you are addressing them. You can just try to fix them, or you can just say, I see the judgments all over your face. And do you know what I will do? I will write a poem about it and I will show you how narrow minded you are, because when you think you know me, I'm going to assure you that you don't know any think about me. And this poem, this is why it was written like, you don't know anything about me. When you think about it, this poem is very similar to one of my poems. It's like, let me think about the title. Uh, it's the strength of a poet. It's like, never judge a poet by one single poem. You don't know anything about me. You don't know how well I can play with words and with your mind. So don't try to judge me with a single poem you read because you don't know anything. And that is the same feeling in this poem. You don't know me, like you see me covered in blood and you just say, oh my god, who you killed? Like, okay, hold your horses, calm down. I didn't kill anyone, but maybe, I tried to help somebody who was bleeding, like it's maybe their blood all over me. Or maybe there was something dying and I tried to turn it back to life. Like, wait, not like necromancer, but more like, I can't believe I just said this, but okay, I will just carry on. Not like a necromancer, but like a resurrection, okay? Like, you know, like bring me back to life. Don't make me sing the song now. So, like your judgments, I don't even have to explain myself to you, and that's where my power lays because I don't feel the need to explain myself. But I'm just going to drop this here and just tell you that as a human, you suck. So, anyways, I'm just going to read one last poem before I go. And I hope if I have time for the next week, I'm going to bring out some of the poems I really like from other poets. And if there is any poem actually you want me to read, you can drop it in the comments and I will see what I can do. Because why not? It will be fun. And I'm trying to decide what to read, which book, and okay. I don't know why we came back to this one. And I'm going to share a very funny story. When I was thinking about this book, I was like emotionally in a very dark place. I'm not going to lie about this. I was emotionally in a very, very dark place. Probably much more darker than you think. But I was like life feels like a graveyard. And I was like it's like everyone is trying to bury me alive. And then I was like, this would make a very great poem. Then I was like, bury me in the graveyard of your soul because that's the only way we will become eternal. And then I was like thinking about the cover because, this is the title of the book and this is definitely going to be the mood of this book. And then I was like, well, for the cover, then it should be a graveyard because it would make sense. Then that was me walking into a cemetery, a graveyard, just to take a photo. And let me check this. Okay, I didn't take the cat, but as I was in the cemetery, there was a cat that followed me. And at a point, I was like walking behind the cat. Then when it stopped right here, the cat was somewhere here in this picture. I cropped it. And I was like, okay, obviously that's what we are going to photograph. Okay, let's go. And that's how the cover was made. Funny little story. A poet walking in a cemetery to take a picture of the cover. Bullshit crazy. And I should watch my language. And okay, I'm not sure what is this page, but let's go. Ah, that one. I really like. It's like headshot. The title of the poem is Silver Palette, and it's a macro poem, so pay attention. My soul will always belong to you. It doesn't mean my body has to pay the price and starve. I'm going to read it again for a little bit dramatic effect. My soul will always belong to you. It doesn't mean my body has to pay the price and starve. And with that said, this is the end of it. And before I go, I want to remind you a few things. Actually, I want to talk about a few things. I know that everybody's life is hard for themselves and that we all go through many issues in life. But always make sure to check on the people you love because some of us will stay silent, hide to the car ones, and because we know that our friends are going through a lot, we won't be bothering them with our own problems. And instead, we will just suffer in silence and ghost you till we are good. So, let this podcast, let this Leo remind you to check on your people today, okay? Just a small hello, just a song you had enjoyed listening today, like anything. Just check on your people today, okay? And now I'm going to go, but thank you for attending, watching. Be safe out there. See you. And how do I stop this?